We are supposed to be intimidated by these guys, right? Steve Bannon says they're going to rule for 50 years. Enrique Tarrio, the Proud Boys guy who Trump just let out of prison, he says it's going to be 100 years because they're so capable. We're supposed to be so intimidated and so impressed with them, while they are just shambolic at things they care about and things they don't. They're shambolic when they're trying. They're shambolic in passing. They have repeatedly just abjectly humiliated and embarrassed themselves every single day, including the president personally. And it hasn't even been 2 weeks yet. And, you know, in these 10 days, less than 2 weeks, we're already seeing them, unsurprisingly, we're seeing them fail and collapse and try to do backsies with all the things they have failed at trying to do. It started the very first day. You remember, day one, they announced a hiring freeze, full freeze, no exceptions at the VA, at Veterans Affairs. So doctors, nurses, counselors, all hired to work at the VA, people who want to work with our veterans in the VA health system, their job offers were withdrawn. We don't want you. Day one, there was a hue and cry and a huge pushback. Are you kidding? And then, whoops, climb down. Oops. Actually, we didn't mean that. Never mind about the hiring freeze for VA health personnel, at least. We take that back. That's not what we meant. That was day one. We covered that here on this show, day one. And I remember wondering whether that was just going to be a one-off. Nope, it's not. It's at least one of these every day. Same deal, for example, with PEPFAR, right? With the HIV treatment program that is credited with saving 25 million lives. They announced that PEPFAR was going away, stop work order for PEPFAR, effective immediately. Anybody getting HIV treatment through this program, too bad, that's getting cut off. No warning, instantly. Even if there are HIV antiretroviral medicines that are on the shelf and already paid for, no, we are cutting off patients who are actively taking these drugs, which literally puts millions of people's lives at risk, since the treatment is what keeps you alive. It's also a brilliant way to mass manufacture new strains of drug-resistant HIV to share with the whole world, including the United States, since drug-resistant HIV is what you get when you start people on treatment and then take them off it. Then other people who get that strain of HIV can't take the drugs to keep them alive, and we go back to HIV being deadly instead of a manageable disease. Took us billions of dollars and decades to get here, but hey, let's throw it all in the trash bin day one. That's what they announced. Hue and cry, huge pushback, and then they climbed down on that too. They've taken it back. Oh, wow, no, didn't mean that. Actually, the PEPFAR drugs, you can still keep administering those. Just today, it's happening again. This time it's at the NIH, National Institutes of Health. They had ordered a full stop, no exceptions to all clinical trials. Literally sick people in the middle of trials of experimental drugs. Stop those trials immediately. And no more research grants, and no more review of research, and no more releasing any scientific or health information, including information on the fast-growing, very scary bird flu epidemic. Stop it all. And again, hue and cry, huge pushback. Seriously, you're cutting off people with rare diseases and cancer in the middle of their treatment? Seriously? Huge pushback, hue and cry. And today, look, a climb down on much of what they had done at NIH. Oops, never mind. Take it back. That's not really what we meant. And of course, the big one. Yesterday, this bizarre two-page announcement from the Office of Management and Budget at the Trump White House demanding an immediate halt to basically everything the government funds. Total chaos yesterday in all 50 states, as everything from, firefighting to school lunches to Medicaid to preschool to meat inspections, everything all gets halted. And so yesterday, as we covered here on the show last night, huge pushback, hue and cry. And they started during the course of the day trying to take back individual parts of the order. Oh, no, we didn't mean the part about that affects veterans. No, we didn't mean Medicare. No, we didn't mean college loans and college grants paying your tuition. No, we didn't mean food stamps. They tried to claw it back piece by piece by piece yesterday as the country rose up in outrage over what they were doing. Today, finally, they realized they had to take it all back. Rescinded. Didn't mean it. Not what we meant. Sorry.